Hey everyone, Wesley here. It's day 5 of my 14-day isolation in Japan. I'm getting a little bit scruffy, but that's just me being lazy. Today I thought I'd talk about my top 10 items for traveling. These are the top 10 items I take with me in my gear bag whenever I go anywhere. I'll include links in the description to all these items on Amazon in case you want to take a look or purchase any of them for yourself. Starting off with number 1, this is the item I go nowhere without. And it's not my camera, which might be surprising. It's actually this little hard drive. This little Samsung T5 hard drive is an SSD, super fast. It is a lifesaver. I back up everything on this. I keep all my photos right here. Most people like lacies. You'll see these little orange guys all over the place. These are great, super cheap alternative, but look at the size difference here. This Samsung is more expensive, but it is faster. It is smaller, it is lighter, it is easier to fit in any bag, and they're just as shock resistant. So I'm not crazy, but if you were gonna drop them, 2 meters, they're both rated the same. They're both as shock resistant. This is the T5. There's actually a T7 that just came out, which is even faster. I have one of those too, because this one's almost full. This little guy has 2 terabytes of data. Like, that's nuts. In the little, like, palm of my hand. Super light, super easy, super shock resistant. This thing is great. Number 2 is my Fujifilm X-T4. I upgraded from the X-T3 maybe 6 months back, and I really love this thing. I don't go anywhere without my camera, obviously. And then the lens I choose for traveling really depends. My go-to travel lens right now is the XF 16 to 55 millimeter 2.8. And this guy is weather sealed, so you can, and I have, take it out in the pouring rain. I mean, that's up to you how comfortable you are, but the camera and the lens together are dustproof, weatherproof, not fully waterproof, but you can take them out in the pouring rain, the hail, the snow. It is a great camera for like all around purposes. It's definitely a bit of a bulkier, heavier lens, but honestly for me it's worth it carrying that weight around because this lens is just so versatile, and you can look up the reviews, but it's a very crisp lens. Like, it is comparable to some of the smaller prime lenses. This isn't a review of lenses, I just want to touch on that a little bit. I'll vary it up depending where I'm going, but this is definitely one of my go-tos. Number 3 is a shotgun mic. I use this little Rode mic here. I love this thing. It's light, it's easy to put in a bag, and it's not too expensive. There are lots of shotgun options though, but it's great if you're run and gun and you want to get those easy shots, or if you want to set it up in any room and have a quick vlog, it's a great option to improve the sound on your camera. Number 4 for me is action cams. It varies what I use, but I have 2. I have a GoPro Hero 7 Black, and I also have a DJI Pocket. These guys are comparable. They have niches for each depending on what you want to do. You definitely don't need 2. Personally, I like having 2 because I'm always filming, taking photos, whatever. The reason I always have at least 1 action cam with me is there's so much you can't do with a standard camera, especially your big, expensive DSLR or mirrorless camera that you don't want to put in certain situations. For example, driving down the freeway, you can strap a GoPro to the front of your car to get some really cool footage. Here's some footage from Iceland on the GoPro. If you haven't checked it out yet, definitely take a look at our first episode of Beer and Back Again, documentary that my friend Mac and I filmed over there. I'll throw a link to that in the description as well. And maybe you just want something that's like super tiny and handy on a gimbal that fits in your pocket. Sometimes it's just nice to have that little thing you slip in your pocket and you run off wherever you're going, and you don't have to worry about taking a big piece of expensive equipment. Number 5 is my drone. I have a Mavic Mini, the first one. I'm not going to open this up right now because, funny story, the drone's not in here. I happened to have a little flyaway accident. So DJI's drone malfunctioned and they're sending me a new one. I've already talked to the warranty about it. Even though it recently malfunctioned on me and flew away, it is a great drone. Like, that was after a year. When I called DJI, the customer support was really good. They looked at my flight logs and they said, yep, it's our issue. We'll send you a new drone. No charge. So that's actually on the way. I'm waiting to get the new one in. It is a perfect little travel drone. It is light, it is portable, and it takes great footage. DJI has a lot of great drones. The Mavic Mini 2 is actually out as well, which now shoots in 4K, whereas the one I have is 2.7. Either way, they're both great drones. I'll put some links in the description. Check them out for yourselves. Number 6 for me is my e-reader. I don't go anywhere without this thing for a lot of reasons. It's a great piece of entertainment. I've had this thing for, maybe 5-6 years now, I think, and it has given me no trouble. It lasts weeks without charging. It is, this particular one, the Kobo H2O, is waterproof. I don't think they sell this exact model anymore, but I'll put a link down to the newest model. They're great little waterproof e-readers. Some people like traditional books, and I get that, but if you're jumping on a plane and you want 1,000 books in your pocket or in your bag, these things are handy. I can't tell you the number of times I've been sitting waiting for the sun to rise. I'm there an hour early and I listen to music and I read for 45 minutes while my camera's on the tripod taking photos on a timer. Like, this thing is a great way to pass the time while you're waiting for the sun to go up or go down. Is a great thing to use on the plane. I use it on transit when I'm taking the bus to a photo shoot or I'm in a cab. If I'm not getting car sick, I'm reading on this little guy. Number 7 for me is an SD card reader or a micro SD card reader. I have 2. There's lots of options for these. I have this little USB guy, if it'll focus. Come on, really? Let me get out of the shot. Maybe it'll focus. There you go. I have this little USB guy. It's got these slots on the side that take a micro SD and an SD card, and it's a great way to get data off your camera fast if you don't plug it into your computer with a wire. I also have one of these guys from, this is the cable, pops out. It goes to my MacBook. It's got more than just an SD card. It's got USB 3.0, SD card readers. It's got your Ethernet cable, your VGA, your HDMI. I bought this in Japan at BitCamera, but I'll put some links to similar products in the description so you can get basically the same thing yourself. If you have a MacBook, these are great little things when you don't have any adapters on the side of your MacBook. This kind of gives you everything, and it's light, it's portable, it fits in any bag. They're really handy. Number 8 for me is a little portable light. This is going to make things a little wonky here for a sec, but I'll show you. Okay, there's without the light, and then if I turn this guy back on, right, I'm just using this one light and a tiny bit of daylight coming in from the cloudy afternoon right now to record this. These things are great. You don't have to get this exact model. There's lots of lights you can choose from. This is a Moman LED video light I got on Amazon. It's got a little screw at the bottom so you can fix it to a tripod or anything else. It's got your settings on the back. On this guy you can change the warmth, so you can go colder or warmer. Some of them have LED color options too if you want to spend a little bit more, but they're great little things to have, like just to set up a recording anywhere, or you can do a makeshift recording for a photo shoot. They're not the greatest lights. You can see a little bit of reflection in my glasses because there's no softbox on it right now, but I'm in isolation in a little room and I'm lighting this video with this one portable light that's pretty cheap, so I think it's pretty handy. You can make all kinds of uses for it. It's a great little like background light if you ever just put it behind you, behind a transparent picture or that sort of things. There's 1,000 ways to use these little lights. I definitely recommend having one in your camera bag. Number 9 for me is my tripod. I have this Manfrotto Element tripod, And the reason I have this guy is it's one of the smallest, lightest tripods I could find that still carries the full weight of my camera and this lens with no problem. I actually can fit this guy sideways in the bottom of a backpack a lot of the time. I don't need one of the straps on the outside of the bag that holds the tripod. It's not the sturdiest tripod, it's not, but it is portable as hell and it gets the job done. You can set it up quickly, you can take it down quickly, you can take it anywhere, and it's not very heavy. For number 10, I can't really pick one item. There's a lot of miscellaneous stuff I bring with me. An obvious one is cell phone. I have an iPhone. You never know when you want to get a couple like easy shots on another camera. And for me, it's also a great way to listen to music, which is I almost always have headsets on me. Once again, you're sitting, you're waiting for the sun to go up, you got an hour to kill, having some music is super nice. I always have a watch on me. I just prefer that as a method of timekeeping. It is so important when you only have an hour left to get that perfect shot before golden hour is over, and timing things is crucial. I'm sure there's a few things I've forgotten, but that's it for now. I'll keep you updated how this isolation is going, and I've got a lot more content coming. Cheers.